Hey, look who's here. Hey, me, Matt.
So, this is a weird angle, but yeah, talking about the whole lockdown thing and the whole coronavirus bullshit that's going around. Can't say bullshit, but there you go. There's a lot of things that have come across in the past few hours, and I watched Raw last night with Kyle in his apartment, and they had rumors on Facebook and YouTube, and it was basically Wrestlemania is no longer going to be in Tampa. So there's no stadium, there's nothing. However, they said Wrestlemania is going to be in the Performance Center. So there's a lot of things going on right now, and I really wanted to rant about this shit because to me it is shit. Because you gotta look at it there's two ways to look at it, I guess. First is I get it, a lot of people need to be safe, and that's perfectly okay. I get it, I really do. My gripe with it is it's WrestleMania. It's one of your best pay-per-views of the year. You look forward to that. And a lot of things that are happening right now are iffy. And it's kind of like, okay, is it a good idea to start doing this? I don't know. It's weird because you have to understand that it's just a time where you have to be happy with what you got. Because that's basically it. You gotta be happy with what you got. You gotta be happy that you're safe and sound and everything else. And I'm learning that myself. And I'm not the most patient person. But to have the WrestleMania 36 card at the Performance Center is not an ideal thing. And if you have to push it back to like May or June, whenever this is going to blow over, I don't know. But to have it at the Performance Center sounds like a good idea, and who knows, it might work. But it's just grasping at straws, and I get that. That being said, it was National 316 Day yesterday, and you had Stone Cold come out. Now, this was also an empty arena show, like SmackDown was last week. So it was pretty unique, and I was like, alright, I get it. I really do, because when you look at what happened, it kind of makes sense to have not a lot of people there. So to have superstars there, that's fine. I didn't know how well it was going to be because I know that Monday Night Raw has always been the longer show than SmackDown. It wasn't that bad. And I looked at The Undertaker coming out, and he was shirtless, and, he didn't have his usual attire. And that's, it is what it is. It was frustrating. And well, it was. But I understand, because you want to make people safe. So, it is what it is. Also, watching Broken Skull Sessions, and you have my childhood hero in Bret the Hitman Hart, and my adolescent hero in Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously. It was a really good show. Now, I didn't catch the end of it. I'm taping it, so I'm gonna have to find it. Anyways. Yeah, it was a really interesting talking about their feud in 97 and the match they had at the Madison Square Garden in the Survivor Series and then their WrestleMania 13 match. Well, it was actually pretty cool. So, I think that people were irritated, and I have to watch that part, but I heard a lot of comments, mostly seeing it on Facebook, about Goldberg and how Brett needs to let go of the whole thing with Goldberg and WCW. Now, here's the thing, I get it. See, on one hand, Bret Hart ended his career because of Goldberg. Goldberg basically did a botch himself, and it fucking backfired. But Bret still kept going for as long as he could. So I understand Bret's frustration. And we all know what happened with Goldberg and The Undertaker last year. It just doesn't make sense. It's a little hypocritical. And believe me, I'm a fan of Bret Hart. More so the Hitman Bret Hart persona. And it's almost hypocritical because we talk about Martha and her kiboshing Owen's legacy and refusing to have him in the Hall of Fame, which I think is stupid, but there you go. And then you have Bret Hart talking about that and saying a lot of that crazy shit that Martha should let it go. Yet he's talking about how Bill Goldberg is an unsafe wrestler. And, well, I mean, Bill came from the football era. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch WCW that much. In fact, watching Stone Cold session with Bret Hart actually was a good idea because, hey, there it is. That's kind of WCW in a nutshell and why I was never a fan. So the fact of the matter is that, yeah, Bret needs to get closure with that. And that's just the way it is. Just let it go, man. But it was still a really good show. There's a lot of things on there that I didn't know about, but it's, he already made peace with Shawn, which I thought was great. Somewhat with Vince, which I thought was great. So I think maybe it's time to try to, if not make amends with Bill. I don't know. Who knows? But it was still a good show. And, just talking about WrestleMania 13 and the Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden in 1997, I thought that was great. So I'm going to have to watch it again and hear more because they talked about Owen Hart, and that's when my PVR quit. So, yeah, not looking too good for WrestleMania. And I hear they canceled NXT TakeOver and the Hall of Fame. So, that's just sad. It's just really fucking sad. I don't understand people. I don't understand life at times, but they could have at least pushed it back